The holiday season is usually the most stressful time of the year, but your health may be more threatened than you think.
Dr. Zachary Scott from North Hills Family Chiropractic is here to talk about how we can get healthy during the holidays. How's it going, Dr. Scott?
Very good. Thanks for having me back.
All right, so you got to tell us, why is this time of year so bad for our health?
Yeah, well, this is the time of the year where we have a 90-day holiday season. We just had Halloween 2 weeks ago, so what happens? A lot of sugar, a lot of candy, and it kind of starts, sick season or flu season. You usually don't hear about the flu in May or June when the weather's nice. We're getting plenty of sunlight, plenty of vitamin D. So it really just starts this 90-day period of where we're just bombarding ourselves with foods and holiday parties and sweets and things that we don't eat throughout the year. So it's just a big time of the year for a lot of sickness.
You touched on vitamin D a little bit. How important is that vitamin?
Yeah, and vitamin D is usually, you don't hear about it a whole lot. You hear of like vitamin C to boost the immune system. Well, vitamin D we get from the sun. This time of the year, we don't get a whole lot of that because it's cold. We have our skin covered up. We're not getting the vitamin D that we need. But vitamin D is huge for absorbing your calcium, so for strong bones and those things, but it also boosts your immune system drastically. So when I get a cough or a sneeze or a sniffle, we feel those things creeping up. Vitamin D is huge to make sure you're having enough of to really boost your immune system so you can overcome those things.
Now, you had mentioned bones, and I see that you brought a spine here. How important is your spine to your health?
Right, and this is really, and this is my little friend here, but this is usually so there's a component to health and traditional healthcare that's usually never looked at. So when we were developed from 2 cells and grew into the human beings we are today, this system here developed first, the spine and the nerve system. But most people, because we can't look in the mirror and look at our spine, like we can our teeth or when we go to the dentist, this system here is never looked at. So to really understand overall health, we have to make sure that our spine, our nervous system is functioning properly so we can make sure that we can, fight the flu and sickness and really stay healthy, be pain-free, and really just have a high quality of life.
What's a good way to tell if you're overall healthy?
Yeah, so a lot of the times, I'll use an example. If I went, I was at the game, the PNC Arena at the Hurricanes game last Saturday. If I go poll, went and polled a 15 to 20,000 people that show up to those games, if I asked, all, 15 to 20,000 people how they determine how they're healthy, 99% of them would tell me they base their health on how they what? How they feel, right? So that's a small percentage of it because I've, had family that have felt good, but they've got diagnosed with chronic illness or disease, in which most of us can relate to that in some way. So really, health is about how we're functioning. And we have to look to the spine, to the nerve system first, because it runs every cell, every tissue, every organ in our body. So we have to look here, all right? And if someone's out there that is sick, suffering, and hurting, and they've never had this looked at, it's worth getting it checked out. What they decide to do with that's up to them, but we're going to give them a great offer today to really start getting some answers to some of the problems they're dealing with.
This is great. So, and also tell everybody really quickly what Maximize Living is, because I know you're a part of that.
Yeah, and I know you've asked me about that. And Maximize Living is a worldwide organization of chiropractors, developed really about 10 years ago, and really trying to change the way people view and manage their health. We don't want to wait until we get sick. We want to do the things necessary so we don't get sick in the first place, because no one wants to go down that path. So we really address the essentials that we talked about with the spine, the nerve system, nutrition, toxicity issues, and all these different things that are causing people to be so sick today. So it's really a different way to assess someone's health, to get them well, free from sickness, disease, and having to depend on medications in a lot of cases.
What can you tell when you're checking out the spine? What types of things does it indicate?
Yeah, so when we look at the spine has to be straight from front to back, and it has to have these nice 3 curves in it from the side and the neck, the mid-back, and the low back. And this keeps all the pressure off the spine, off the nerves, and really not only helps us feel good, but every single nerve, all right, goes to every tissue, every organ. All right, so when I talked about this being the first system to develop, every organ grew off the spine of the nerve system just like fruit does on a tree. All right, so when I look at the spine, we have to determine whether there's any damage, whether there's any problems, whether there's a loss of curvature, whatever it may be. We have to find out the cause first. We have to look here, then the nutrition and the vitamin D and those things are important to support the body's ability to heal and function and keep us well, 80 to 120 years old.
This has been very informative, Dr. Scott. Thank you so much.
All right.
And we also have to tell you guys about a special promotion he's doing. If you're one of the first 5 callers to call Dr. Scott right now at 919-809-8860, you're going to get a 5 essentials consultation, neurological exam, and thermal imaging study for just $25, which is usually $99. And the good thing is they're going to donate that money to the Raleigh Rescue Mission.
That is awesome.